I'm about a month away now from the LA Marathon, and as of right now, I feel prepared, but at the same time, unprepared. Uh, just because of how my 24 mile went, uh, I was only able to finish 17 miles out of the 24, which really put a hamper on my mentality for running. And now have to I have to think about, do I want to finish or do I want to have a personal best record? And I feel that accomplishing both will be a tall and difficult task. I I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I do think that there will be challenges come March, middle of March. Uh, but I am very excited uh, for the marathon, as it's been quite some time since last ran that much, that many miles, and I'm only nervous because of that failed attempt uh, during my training session, and that really taught me a lot about myself and giving myself the limitations and telling myself to not complete the run. I told myself that I can practice other different types of runs and still be okay. And I would rather be able to run more frequently than push through that 24-mile run and be in a lot of pain. Uh, but given when the marathon does come, I will give it my all. And I think the only reason that I feel confident that I'll finish is because I believe I laid down a great foundation for myself. I prepared well. I've been running about five to six times a week, at different intervals, at different distances, and I basically set up the foundation to succeed. And I think building that foundation, whether it be running or training, I think is very, very monumental in overall progress. Without a strong foundation, there's no way that you can build up. You have to learn the core values of running. You have to learn pacing. You have to learn mechanics of how the body moves before you even begin running. You walk, you jog, you do intervals where you walk and jog. Eventually, you jog. Uh, then after that, you practice sprints. There's so many different factors to add to a foundation that that really builds and promotes higher growth. And the only reason why I focus my training like this is because I'd rather have the best form while having minimal progress than huge progress but having bad form. And that might not be the most common type of training method, but I feel that for the longevity of what I'm trying to achieve, I feel that I can stick with this type of programming, with this type of workout style. Not every workout has to be 110%. There's going to be some days where I'm at 50% and I'm only lifting the bar. There's going to be days where I'm pretty much close to the 100% and I feel like I can push myself even harder. But having the foundation of how you train, how you run, those items, those values to learn will be pivotal in building up your strength, your endurance. Lifting or overworking your body to an extent will get you far, but without foundation, the system will just crumble. I gotta say, having a gym where all the weights are ready, available, and having the space for it is very convenient. Compared to my home gym, this time of the year, it's usually pretty cold, and in the garage there's not really any insulation, and a lot of the time I have really hard times trying to warm up as the temperature is pretty cold. So I think having or going to a commercial gym is very helpful. Also, they have a lot of other machines that I normally would not have any access to. A lot of the times I really try to limit my lifts to about 20 to 30 minutes or so. And the reasoning behind that is I'm in a public space, and a lot of the times there are other people who may want to use certain machine or equipment that I'm using, and it just doesn't seem fair that I spend all my time on a one machine if someone else is waiting for it. I mean, given the fact that whenever I do see someone visibly waiting, I always ask to see if they want to work in. But majority of the time, I really try to make my time brisk and move on to the next machine. There are a lot of times I've also encountered where I have to wait for machines, and that's when I kind of make a decision: do I even want to use this workout, or can I do something else to substitute it? And sometimes when you have that process or have that situation, you may find another machine or exercise that works better for your regimen. And I think that's a great thing, to have a lot of variety. This is my training splits for this week. Been increasing the average weekly mileage. I'll probably taper off about 2 or 3 weeks before the marathon, just so that my body is completely fresh going into it. That's it for this week, and I'll catch you in the next one.